Welcome back to Viral Gardening, and today, it's MLK weekend 2026, and I'm looking at some off-season fruit first of all, but that's not going to ripen correctly, and then when we get our spring grains, they're just going to spoil. But I'm looking at the Z-grafts. And Z-grafts it's not something I do all the time, but it's a fantastic technique to get takes when you need them, especially with thick wood. And one of the nice things about the Z-graft is it's fairly versatile. So I like to use it when, like, let's say you have a really thick scion and the rootstock is not quite so thick, they don't match. Well, that's okay. You can still do a Z-graft and you'll get good contact. So when you have scion mismatch, especially when the scion is thicker or larger than the rootstock, that's a nice technique. Also, this tree has a handful of examples of Z-grafts that took. There's one right there, and you can see the outline of the Z. It may look like a cleft graft, but that's not a cleft. You can actually see the wing of the cutting coming on. That's De Rey and Jaume. It's not Delson Jaume Gran, it's De Rey and Jaume. It's a nice one. Not me. And so here I am unwrapping these so that the scion is, the graft is now no longer constricted. I'm just picking this off. These grafts are roughly 8 months old. I would expect them to grow more, except you can see this is now a big tree, and it had lots and lots of fruit on it. And when there's a lot of fruit, it's not growing much. So let's pause. So now they're unwrapped, and that is your Z-graft. I'll make a video on how to do a Z-graft, but there's nice contact, 3 areas, 1, 2, so the 2 wings, and then the central limb or central portion, the vertical line. Here's another view of a Z-graft. I was trying to get that in focus. And when it ends up growing, they fuse nicely as it straightens out. But initially it's off center. You can see cutting is here, rootstock is here, cutting is there. So they're off center initially, but that will thicken out. And my big Saint Francois tree, for example, that's a Z-graft. And if you're wondering what my bread and butter is, it's this right here. It's side graft. I'm a big fan of side grafts, and yes, I can do them with really thick grafts, thick cuttings, but I prefer to do them with thinner cuttings. And there should be a nice example of this somewhere. Oh, there's one. That's a side graft, just sticking out. I just cut the top off there. Nice thing about side grafts is it lets you, like those right there. Side grafts, you can do them up and down the side. So that had 2, and I just trimmed the pieces off. And I wasn't looking, and this is also a graft, so I have 2 grafts on a graft already. Anyway, so side graft, side note, and Z-graft. This is primarily about Z-grafts. I'm sitting here relabeling and pruning. So there's your side graft. You can see notched in right there. And I'm going to trim this part back. I'm thinking of grafting over this some more, this tree, but it's got a lot going on, and it won't miss any of this here. And I don't cut too closely to the base, not just yet, just because some trees will have dieback, maybe an inch or so, and so you don't want it to die back beyond the graft union, especially for something small like this. Wait until this gets bigger, and then it can handle a lot more base pruning. So that's Z-graft, and have so much pruning to do. There are about 600 trees in this cluster. And that's it for Val gardening.